Hello friends, welcome back to the craft room. I am really glad that you're here. I cannot believe how quickly this is coming together. But then I think in comparison to our last Quilt Along, which was the Moda Blockheads, right? All the samplers. That was 12 episodes. So everything seems short compared to that. But this is crazy. We've got all the blues done. We've got all the greens done. We've got all the yellows done. Now we just need to work on the hearts and the simple orange buttons. I cannot believe it. So I went from having many of these baskets full of pieces for this, and now I'm down to 2. That's crazy. Let's get prepped for the pink heart. You ready? Holy cow, friends. I told you that there were a lot of pieces to this one, and I knew it. But then it came to getting it all ready, and I thought, there are a lot of pieces to this one. Why didn't anyone warn me? Okay, honest truth. Right now I'm feeling a little overwhelmed by it. This is a little intimidating, but it's so cute. So here's how we're going to simplify so that everything runs smoothly. I'm only going to do one block at a time. I have been doing double duty on all of these so far, but we're not even going to mess. We are just going to do the one heart and we're going to call it good. I'm hoping that way we can stay focused and not get overwhelmed, because here's one pile, so double that for a second pile. I just don't think it's worth the aggravation at this point. So I'm going to make the next one that we need, which will be a dark heart with the pink border. So that's what we've got here. What is kind of nice about this heart though is we're going to be repeating the same process. It will just be mirrored. So at least we can kind of simplify the process that way. But you're allowed to be overwhelmed. You're allowed to be intimidated. But we are going to do hard things and we're going to get through this heart block and it won't be that bad. I get in my head a lot. So here is the start of this corner right here and this corner right here. Not the V in the middle, just the corners. So I have my 2 light pink squares. They've got diagonals. We are going to sew one on that side of our red rectangle and this one on that side. Just double checking. We're good. I put 2 pieces together and I'm already double checking. Let's get these sewn together. I'm going to sew right on that line and then we will trim together. So far, so good. Let's trim those. We're going to use my ruler. I knew where it was the whole time. We're going to find that 1/4 inch line and trim our seam allowance. This one might be a long one today. Are you feeling that? I'm feeling that. Let's go iron this open. After those are ironed up and over, we are going to get our borders on here. So we need N5 and T2. Oh my gosh. So N5 will go on top of our pieces. And then T2 will be our side. One here and one here. Okay, let's do that. Okay, we're going to celebrate little victories along the way, so that way when I get frustrated, it'll be okay and I'll be nicer to myself. Little victory, that corner is 90% done. We are going to take a 2.5 inch background square. Oops, I shouldn't have told you that. Sorry. We're going to take our background square and we're going to put that right here on the corner. So that's kind of different because we have this corner we made with the borders and now we're going to hack into it. That seems reasonable. Let's put both of these corners on and then we will move to the middle part of this V in the top here. Okay. I can't even talk right. I'm so like flustered. Let's get these on. This is making me think of when we did sparrows. Remember the sparrows quilt top we did? This is making me think of that when we had to iron like every 7 seconds, give or take. And I ended up just moving the iron over here. I think we might be doing that today as well, because I'm not wearing my watch, so my steps aren't going to count. Just teasing. There's going to be a lot of back and forth, and that's all right. We will iron those in just a second, because that's pretty much done for that corner there. So you can see, shoop, we made that corner. And you can see the border there, okay? So we'll just tuck those right there for now. Let's move to this middle piece. These two that make that V in the middle. We can do hard things. Figure C. Sew diagonal seams with P7, R9, and S1 as illustrated. What? Okay. There's no like rhyme or reason. Just do it, huh? Okay, so P7 is a rectangle. I'm assuming it's going to be tall like that. Yeah, okay, because that'll fit. I know that I've already done this, but this is all like fresh to me for some reason. Okay, R9. R9. Oh, that's background. Phew. Okay, R9 is going to go in this corner like that. Again, just opposite for the other side. And then S1 is going to come down in this corner. So we're just making stripes. We can do that. We can do that. I'm definitely just going to do one at a time. So let's do the background. Then we'll sew on those red dots. And then once we get those all trimmed and ironed, then we can put that all together. So let's just get as far as our squares first. Let's not jump too far ahead. I'm getting excited, but let's not do that because then I'll get confused. Alrighty, let's move those. So there are our two corners. And then we have the inside of that heart curve and the inside of this heart curve. Okay. Let's put a guess on how many times I'm going to say okay. And it's not because it's like, okay, let's continue. It's, okay, I can do this. Okay, I can do this. It's all self-talk to keep me down. So we are just going to start putting these together. I'm going to sew both curves together and then down the middle. And once we finish that strip, then we will move on to the buttonholes and kind of this middle skinny piece right here. Let's do it. There is that top piece. And I will admit, there's nothing overly crazy so far that is making me like, frantic. It's just the amount of pieces and remembering to reverse them. Sometimes my brain is like tip top. I've got all of my ducks in a row, but I find more and more lately, and it's okay. I'm giving myself grace. The overwhelm sets in very quickly, and I'm trying not to be frustrated with myself about it. I just think my brain is relearning a lot of things for a lot of different reasons, and this is what it looks like. So I'm really glad that we're doing this video together. I really am. I don't think like I should put this off to another day, but I just wanted to give you a heads up that this is what this looks like, and it is okay. I'm not going to get frustrated with myself. Overwhelm is allowed. I can handle it. I can handle it. So deep breaths. I can do this. Okay, we are to the buttonholes. We have the inside of our heart here. Then we have L3, which goes up top like that. Then we have 2 light pink squares. And then we'll have the middle. So I feel like usually we're making a little square or just a strip. Well, this one looks like a T in my opinion. So we're making a T, and then we'll add the 2 sides. And then we have the 2 ends on the very end. Oh, that looks so lovely. Doesn't that look like a heart button right there? Okay, baby steps. Let's put these 3 squares together. But while we're working on this middle chunk, I'm going to sew this together and this together so that by the time we're done with the buttonholes, it'll all be ready to assemble. Does that make sense? Left side, middle, and the right side. There. Batches, but not batches. I don't know what you call it. Let's put it all together. That is seriously one of my most favorite transitions. And I don't get why I don't use it more often. The magic smush. Anyways, there we have the top half of our heart. That's already coming together. Okay, H8. We have our squares in the light pink. So this is going to be just like this piece right here, where we're pretty much covering it and you get your sliver. So we need lines on the back of J1 and our background squares right here. So let's do some diagonals. On these big old squares, and maybe we'll put some stuff away that I don't need. I know I don't need that now. I know I don't need that now. I'll need it next video. So you are seeing the evidence right here. I'm putting it away. And look what else was even tucked away. There's my proof. I do it. We'll need that for trimming. First up, let's do our red squares in here. So they are going to go in the top corner. This is the left side of our heart, and this will be the right side. So you can kind of see with those diagonals already that we're taking that shape. So let's get these sewn on, and then we'll move on to background. Ready? That was a lefty. I stuck that up there, and immediately in my head I thought, what are you doing? We're right-handed. Just wanted to show you how ambidextrous I am. I play a lot of volleyball. I'm sure I mentioned that once or twice before. But I'm right-handed, so I do a lot of my hitting, whether that's serving or spiking, right-handed. But I'm trying to do it with my left hand as well. It looks pretty goofy and it feels pretty goofy. Just like that snap did. But now I just think I can use my left hand for everything. All right, let's trim that 1/4 inch. Those are some big scraps. We can save those. Red bucket and pink bucket. My blue's already filling up again. Is anyone surprised by that? I was working on those fabric kits for the class and I was like, well, there goes the blues. They're back. Let's go iron these and then we'll do the same thing for the background. There are those. Rinse and repeat. That side and this side. Here we go. And there we have the bottom of our heart. And no, I didn't sew ahead and then forget to tell you that I was doing that. That did not happen here. We have the top half of our heart. I just sewed those 2 strips together and now we can sew these together. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes I just get moving and I'm like, oh wait, don't you remember your friends are here? You have to tell them what you're doing. Here we go. And there we have the cutest heart. I'm glad we worked our way from the top to the bottom. We definitely did the worst part first and got it out of the way, so that felt nice. It really was not difficult, and I know I said this before, it really was not difficult. I just got overwhelmed by the pieces, but I'm living proof that you can be overwhelmed and still do hard things, especially when they turn out as cute as this. I love these hearts. I am 110% positive that I made the right choice to swap the hearts out for these ones. I just think they are so cute, and they are worth all the stress I cause myself over them. It's not the heart's fault, it's mine. This is going to be the cutest stinking quilt. So we have one more episode to do the orange. Then we have one more episode for sashing and putting all these together. And then we're done with this quilt. So, thoughts from the ironing board. This is going to be a thing. I really like this idea. This one isn't as crazy as the last time I was thinking at the ironing board, but it hit me. We are almost done with this. And I know, I said that at the beginning, but it really settled in that we have one more week for the orange block. And then we have the next week for the sashing and just kind of general quilt top assembly. And then this is done. So here's the question for you guys. What quilt along are we going to do next time? I like having the scraggler blocks kind of throughout the week, but I like having Thursday being a project that we are working on together. I'm really enjoying that. So we need to pick another pattern. If you have any ideas, then comment below, and I'll actually see if I can get that pattern in the shop, and we can even build a quilt kit for it again. So yeah, those are the thoughts from the ironing board. So until next week, friends, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We will see you soon. Bye.